Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It has been quite some time, but I am very happy to be back and I am so ready to share another delicious recipe with you guys. Today we will be making lemon melt away cookies, and they are exactly what they are called. They are melt in your mouth lemon cookies that are perfect for springtime, summertime, anytime. These are delicious and I really hope that you enjoy them. So like always, I will make sure to leave a list of all ingredients and their measurements in the description box below. The ingredients that you will need for this recipe are 14 tablespoons of unsalted butter softened at room temperature, a half cup of powdered sugar, 1 tablespoon of lemon zest, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, a quarter cup of cornstarch, and a quarter teaspoon of salt. We will also be making a lemon glaze to top our cookies with, and for the glaze you will need 1 cup of powdered sugar, 2 to 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, and 1 teaspoon of lemon zest, but we will get into that a little bit later. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is the beginning of every delicious cookie recipe. We are going to cream together our butter and our sugar. First thing I'm going to do is I am going to whip up this butter that has been softened at room temperature. You really want these cookies to be buttery, light, fluffy, melt in your mouth, literally. So we're just going to take some time to whip up this butter just a little bit. I'm doing this in my standing mixer today. However, if you have a hand mixer, it works just fine. Once your butter is light and fluffy, you're going to want to add in your powdered sugar and give it another mix. Since our dough is relatively dry at this point, you're going to have to go and scrape down the sides of your bowl just to make sure you're getting everything nice and incorporated. Next, I am going to just zest a fresh lemon. Remember, when you are zesting, only get the yellow parts. Do not get the white part of the lemon because they will be bitter. So just make sure that you are getting the yellow bits of zest. And for even more brightness and freshness and lemon flavor, we are adding in some fresh squeezed lemon juice. Next, in a separate bowl, I'm just mixing up our dry ingredients. So I am adding the cornstarch to our all-purpose flour along with the quarter teaspoon of salt. I'm going to give them a quick mix. Turn my mixer on to a low speed, and we are going to slowly, little by little, add in our dry ingredients. This is going to take a little bit of time, but you want to do this on a low speed. You don't want to over mix, but you do want it to start to form into a cookie dough. This cookie dough is going to be very sticky. Once you're done, very buttery. So we are going to let it chill for 1 hour in the fridge so that it is a little bit more manageable and we can roll it into little balls. So once your dough has come together, you are going to want to place it into a bowl, cover it with some plastic wrap, and put it in the refrigerator to chill for 1 hour. Do not try to roll out your cookies and bake them at this point. You will have a sticky mess. This dough really needs to just chill and come together so it's more manageable. Trust me. So once your dough has finished chilling in the fridge, you are going to want to line a baking sheet with some parchment paper. As you can see, our dough is firmer and it's kind of like Play-Doh. See, it doesn't stick to my fingers. It's very manageable. Now, I will say, as you are working with your dough, the heat of your hands, just the warmth of the room, just being at room temperature, will start to soften up your dough again, and it will start to become sticky. So if you are making this in a double batch and you're baking multiple batches of cookies, what I recommend is that while you have some cookies in the oven, you go ahead and refrigerate that dough in the meantime again, so that it's still manageable and still firm for you to roll the little balls in between each baking. Am I making sense? I really hope I am. So all I did here was take a cookie scoop so that I could measure out equal amounts of the cookie dough. However, if you are using a spoon, that works fine as well. You don't even need anything to measure it out. You can make the balls a little bit smaller if you wish. You can make them larger if you wish. And then what you're going to do next is you're going to take a piece of wax paper or parchment paper, and you are going to just lay it on top of your little ball of dough and use a cup to press it down. If you have rolled smaller balls, you can use a shot glass, the bottom of a glass, the bottom of a plate. Anything works fine, just to press them down and make them flat. And once you have your cookies all lined up on your baking sheet, you're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees and bake them for about 11 to 12 minutes. ¿Qué hay ahí? Cookies, mami está haciendo cookies. While your cookies are in the oven, you can go ahead and start working on your glaze. This is optional, however, I highly recommend it. It is the finishing touch to these cookies, and you will be so glad that you did it. So to make the glaze, you are going to need 1 cup of powdered sugar, and you're going to need anywhere from 2 to 3 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon juice. Now, when you're making any glazes like this, I usually start out with a very small amount of liquid, and then I work it in and see what the consistency is like before adding any more liquid. A little goes a long way when you're working with powdered sugar, so just wait and see. See here, I thought it was still a little too thick for me, so I went in and squeezed just a little bit more lemon juice, and then it reached the perfect consistency. You can also add some lemon zest to this if you wish. I chose not to, but it's an option. So this is what my cookies looked like when they came out of the oven. You can see the little specks of lemon zest. They're not super golden brown or anything like that. They're just nice and soft. And that's usually achieved in about 11 to 12 minutes, depending on your oven. Then all I did was transfer my cookies to a cooling rack, and I let them cool completely before icing them. Once my cookies had completely cooled, I went ahead and started to add my glaze over the top. You want your cookies to be completely cool for this, because if not, your icing will just melt off and it'll be really runny and it just won't stick to the cookies. And this is how my cookies turned out. Believe me, they did not last long. They flew. They are so buttery, so melt in your mouth. I really hope that you give this recipe a try. If you do, let me know how you liked it in the comments below. Again, I'm super happy to be back. I have a lot of delicious recipes coming your way. I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!